manage the factor of production, and how will you combine the different resources para or inputs to produce goods and services. So next is the economic system. So economic system means through which society determines the answers to the basic economic problems of a nation. So basically, when we say of economic systems, it is ways societies decide kung unsay i-produce, how to produce, o para kakinsa na i-produce. So ang economic systems basically sa iyaha nagtuyok ang tanan, because ikaw may magunahuna ka para unsay i-produce ni mga product or goods, then para kakinsa o unsaon sa di mo pag-produce. And there are different economy that may be used in economic systems. So first is the traditional economy. So when we say of traditional economy, it is an economy wherein decisions are made based on traditions, practices upheld over the years and passed from generation to generation. So basically, from the words of traditional, so meaning tradition. So kung unsa may gipanggamit ang ways of economy sa una is mooy ilang gigamit para on how to produce, on how to o para kakinsa ang mga products. So kung ilahang way of economy sa una is through economy sa una is dili kayo sila more on machine, so hands-on ilahang economy sa una. So ang kanang learnings nila is ilhang mapasa from generation to generation para sa ang mga sumusunod nga generation is makagamit sa kung unsa say benefits anang economy. So the next is the command economy. So from the word itself, command, it is an authoritative system wherein decision makings are centralized in the government or a planning committee. So basically, command economy is ang naghandle sa command economy is the government. So ang decision tanan is nagikan sa government. So dili ka makabuhat-buhat tayo ng product, makaproduce ng product without the decision of the government. Then the next is the market economy, which is the most democratic economic systems wherein the workings of demands and supply determine what goods and services to produce. So basically, ang demand o ang supply sa market economy mooy silbi guide nila in the production. So then the next is the mixed economy. So when we say of mixed economy, it is the combination of a type of economic system. As an economic system cannot exist in its pure form, what normally happens is that it practices mixture of traditional command market systems but with the dominance of one. So basically, from the word itself, mixed, naa siya combinations from one or two economies that I've mentioned earlier, such as the traditional, command, or market systems. So kana sila, if an economy is nag-mix na siya if nag-combine na sa traditional o ang command, so that is called the mixed economy. So next thing to remember is the positive economics. So it analyzes the cause and effect of interrelationship among factors and events. So basically, ang gistadihan sa positive economics is unsay actual nga nahitabo or mga panghitabo sa economy karon sa atong current situation, such as ang say nahitabo sa inflation, kung nitaas ba or nisaka ba ang inflation or wala, then the employment levels, kung dakan bang walay trabaho or dili. So or the national income, kung ang income ba sa national is as a whole as a country is ni dako in taas ba or ni gamay. So
Hi sir, good morning. I am Anjoke Ino, and this is my topic. Normative economics judges economic decisions against desired standards. reducing rural poverty. So normative economics, it is about opinions on how the economy should work. For example, the government should increase taxes on the rich to fund healthcare. So normative economics na siya, kaya it is a recommendation based on a value judgment about fairness or healthcare access. So next, gross national product or GNP, market value of final products from a country resources in a given period. So GNP, it is a focuses on who or kinsa ang ga-produce using sa country's resources or citizens regardless of location. Gross domestic product or GDP, market value of final products produced within a country's borders. So GDP, from the word domestic, kay within the country ra or kini siya kay it focuses on where it is produced, like asa siya gihimo. So next, applied economics uses economic theory and tools to analyze specific issues and guide resource allocation. So applied economics, it is use economic ideas like the supply and demand or how inflation works. It uses economic ideas to use them in the real world. In simple terms, practical solutions niya, it is just like knowing how supply and demand work. Tas unsay buhaton nato about sa inflation or the high prices of some things like the gas prices. So, unemployment, when willing and able workers cannot find job. So, from the word unemployment, this is nga mga tao nga gusto mo trabaho but they can't find jobs. So, the last is poverty, state of extreme need where basic needs can't be met. Poverty line is the minimum income for the basic necessities. So, poverty when income is low ra gani para maka-cover sa mga basic needs. So, lesson 1, introduction of economics. So, economics as a social science studies how individuals, governments, firms, and nations allocate scarce resources to satisfy unlimited wants, similar to psychology and sociology. So, it studies human behavior when making our resources as a choices. Like, the study siya sa behavior sa isa ka tawo when it comes kanang magdesisyon sila para sa ilahang kaayuhan or kanang maka-benefit jud sa ilaha. So, naay duha ka branches ang economics, which are ang macroeconomics and microeconomics. So when we say macroeconomics focuses on the overall performance of national or international economics, aggregates like money flow, economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. Topics include national income, fiscal, monetary policy, and trade. Issues addressed include unemployment, slow growth, and inflation. So macroeconomics study the economy as a whole, like for example, kanang inflation, pagsaka sa mga presyo sa gas or sa mga baligya, tas unsay mga epekto sa mga balaod sa mga gobyerno sa atong country. So, ang microeconomics concerns behavior of individual units like consumers, producers, or households. Studies resource flow pricing, price theory, supply or demand, market structure, and competition. Examples include surplus disposal, company relocation, and marketing mix changes. So, ang microeconomics kay opposite ni siya sa macroeconomics kay ang microeconomics kay